Whenever you feel like criticizing anyone, just remember that all the people in this world haven't had the advantages that you've had. When I first heard that line, I thought about my own family. In 1992, we moved to America chasing one clear dream: the dream. We imagined a beautiful house, a backyard pool, good schools, and endless opportunity. But that happy plan hit a wall just 1 year later. My father died. My mother became sick, and we were forced to leave our hopes behind. Not just our house, but the life we had imagined. My childhood dream became useless. And that's when I learned what Gatsby knew all too well. Sometimes the American dream smiles at you, only to disappear when you reach out. That's why The Great Gatsby never feels like fiction to me. When Gatsby reaches for the green light, he isn't just reaching for Daisy. He's reaching for a promise, one that had already lied to him, just like the American promise lied to so many of us. The story is told through Nick Carraway, a quiet man who moves next door to James Gatsby, a mysterious millionaire whose house glows with wild parties that light up the night sky. But those parties aren't for fun. They're a signal. Every laugh, every sparkle of champagne, all for one woman, Daisy Buchanan. Gatsby and Daisy had been in love 5 years earlier, before Gatsby went to war. Back then, he was poor, a farmer's son with nothing to offer but hope. So Daisy married Tom Buchanan, a man born into power and wealth. When Gatsby learned of her marriage, he made himself a promise. He would build a new identity, one rich enough, grand enough for Daisy to notice again. Nick, who happens to be Daisy's cousin, becomes Gatsby's only real friend. Gatsby asks him for one favor: to arrange a secret meeting with Daisy. When they finally meet, Gatsby's face glows like a boy seeing the world reborn. He believes he can rewrite time, erase the past, and start over. But Tom Buchanan soon finds out. In a hot, suffocating hotel room, Tom confronts Gatsby and strips away the illusion. Gatsby's fortune isn't pure. It's built on crime, on illegal deals. And in that moment, Gatsby's dream begins to crumble. On the drive back from the city, Daisy takes the wheel of Gatsby's car. She hits and kills Myrtle Wilson, Tom's secret lover. Gatsby takes the blame instantly. He waits outside Daisy's window all night, watching like a guardian. He still believes she'll open the door in the morning, but she never does. The next day, Myrtle's husband, George Wilson, is told by Tom that Gatsby was both Myrtle's lover and the driver. Broken and furious, George goes to Gatsby's house, shoots him in the pool, and then kills himself. Gatsby's dream, the one he built his entire life around, finally drowns. No one comes to his funeral. The guests who once filled his home with laughter vanish like smoke. Only Nick stands by his grave, realizing the truth. Gatsby's greatest tragedy wasn't his death. It was that he believed too deeply in a dream that never truly saw him. Gatsby's life was one long reach toward a light that was already fading. He wanted to return to that perfect moment when Daisy loved him, to rebuild a past that could never exist again. His hope was pure, but his foundation was false. He tied his dream to wealth, not truth, to appearance, not substance. And isn't that what so many of us do? We chase our own green lights, success, recognition, love, security, believing that if we just work harder, buy more, or smile brighter, we'll finally feel enough. But sometimes the thing we're chasing isn't even real anymore. It's only a reflection, beautiful, unreachable, and fading. Daisy's voice was full of money. That single line says everything. Her world speaks a different language, one built on comfort and control. Even love has a price tag there. When Gatsby asks her to say, "I never loved Tom," she can't. Not because she didn't love Gatsby, but because she can't leave the world that keeps her safe. She's not just a woman, she's a symbol of the protected life Gatsby desires but can never truly own. Her choice isn't about love, it's about survival. She can live with Tom's cheating, but she cannot live with Gatsby's dirty money. The book also shows us the opposite side of the dream, the Valley of Ashes, where the truly poor live, covered in dust and despair. This is where George Wilson's garage stands. It's where Myrtle dies, struck by Daisy's car. That crash shows everything wrong with the dream. The rich can break, destroy, even kill, and then simply walk away, protected by their money. Tom makes Gatsby the scapegoat, and the man who wanted everything ends up with nothing. Money buys presents, but it never buys loyalty, and certainly not love. Nick learns a painful truth. Gatsby was better than the others because his dream was pure, but he built it on a false idea of wealth. When I think of my own life, I see the same pattern. My childhood dream was tied to the same illusion, that success equals worth. The painful part wasn't losing the dream. It was realizing that the system we trusted was never fair to begin with. Nick's final words hit the hardest. Gatsby believed in the green light, the future that moves away from us year by year. So we beat on, boats against the current, borne back ceaselessly into the past. We are all like Gatsby, boats trying to move forward, fighting against the waves of our past, our fears, our limits. The green light calls us, that one dream that seems close enough to touch. But no matter how hard we swim, the current always pulls us back. Maybe the truth is this. The beauty of the dream isn't in catching it. It's in the reaching, in daring to believe, even when the world tells you not to. The tragedy comes when we forget to see what's real, right here, right now, and keep chasing something that only existed in memory. When I think back to my family's dream, the one we lost, I realize it wasn't the dream that failed us. It was what we attached it to. We thought success was measured by houses and pools. But maybe the real dream was about courage, love, and faith. The things money can never buy. So don't let your green light lie to you twice. I'll ask you the same question Gatsby never asked himself. What is your green light? And more importantly, is it worth reaching for? If you enjoyed today's reflection, head over to my community tab. There's a short quiz waiting for you. Let's see how much you remember. And don't forget to subscribe if you'd like to keep growing with me through stories, reflections, and real-life lessons that shape who we are. Until next time, keep shining, keep learning, and never stop reaching for what truly matters. Learn English, understand life, one story at a time.